Today is December the 8th, 2017. We are in Riverside at the county building. We are here today because the California Transportation Commission Technical Advisory Committee is meeting here today. They only meet a couple of times a year and they usually meet all over the state, so I have never had an opportunity to actually go to one of these meetings. In this meeting today, they are going to be discussing taxing us by the mile. They want to tax you and track you for every mile that you drive, because the intent is to make it so expensive to drive a car that you are unable to.
We'll now go to item number 12 on the agenda, which is an overview of the Governor's Zero Emission Vehicle Action Plan and discussion of road charge as a method of collection. So, as we've heard earlier, beginning with the 2020 model year, zero emission vehicles are going to start paying a $100 a year fee in lieu of the gas tax. Obviously it's a step in the right direction, but we need to have a structure in place that captures the true cost of maintaining local streets, roads, and highways that EVs are sharing with other vehicles as well. And so we've got Taylor Jones is here from the Governor's Office of Business Economic Development, which is GoBiz.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Taylor Jones. I am the Policy Manager for Zero Emission Vehicle Infrastructure at the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, also known as GoBiz. The core of GoBiz is about bringing jobs to California. Zero emission vehicles are a part of that, and this is where the Governor's team that works on policy development for zero emission vehicles is housed these days. So I'm happy to provide a quick overview of the ZEV market. The main focus of this presentation, though, will be on the Governor's Zero Emission Vehicle Action Plan to give you an idea of what's been going on and how we might have resources to help inform this process. So first of all, we always like to start with, we all know why we're here. California has made great improvements in air quality, but we still have areas that are have some of the worst air quality in the nation. So we're here for air quality. Zero emission vehicles contribute to that solution. And we're also here for climate change. Zero emission vehicles are the biggest, transportation is the biggest source of emissions in the state of California. And the Governor has set a vision to reduce greenhouse gas emissions 40% by 2030. Vehicles, as you can see on the slide, is one of the 6 pillars of our climate change strategies to reduce those greenhouse gas emissions. And just like any good policy area, we have goals and targets. Our 2 main targets are first, 1.5 million zero-emission vehicles on California roads by 2025. That goal was set in the Governor's 2012 executive order. And the second goal is a newer goal that was part of California's commitment at the Paris climate talks, which is that all passenger vehicles, new sales will be zero emission by 2050. So what's in the action plan? I'll briefly run through the 6 sections. I will warn you that there are more than 200 actions in the ZEV action plan that agencies commit to, but they're all categorized around these 6 strategies. The first strategy is to maintain consumer awareness of ZEV options and benefits. This section is all about getting the word out so that consumers know that the cars are here and that it can be an option for them. Underlying this first strategy section is one of California's landmark policies, the ZEV mandate. The ZEV mandate, administered by the Air Resources Board, requires that a certain number of vehicles in California be zero emission. And that's first and most importantly the reason that we're seeing more and more ZEV models out on the road today. The 5th section of the plan is something that the Governor has been very vocal about recently in his broader climate mission, which is growing ZEV adoption outside of California and helping in any way that we can. California is part of the International ZEV Alliance, which is a group of jurisdictions from around the world that are committing to similar goals around zero-emission vehicles. And a very tangible action in this section that we recently completed was information sharing with the state of New York. New York just opened their vehicle rebate program, and we learned a lot from them. They learned a lot from us, and I think their rebate program is starting in a much better place than California's did years ago. So that's a great example of how we try to bolster and support other states to grow their zero-emission vehicle markets. Because at the end of the day, it needs to be all of us together.